Hey guys, this is SEO Floyd and welcome to section 2 of the PBN Safe setup. So part 1 we went through getting a domain and getting some hosting. So at the very end of part 1 you should have gone into your domain account and set up the name servers to point to your hosting account. So now the next step is going to be to install your website and begin configuration. So I am logged into cPanel, which is going to be on your hosting account. So you're going to log into the back, and you're typically going to click on your domain, the name of your domain, or on cPanel or control panel. It's going to look like different things in different places. But either way, you're going to be able to get to cPanel, and there are several different versions of cPanel, but yours should look somewhat similar to this. So what we're going to do, there are several choices that you can make as to what kind of website you'd like to have. The most common one that we use today for SEO purposes is WordPress, and that's the one that I'm actually going to teach in this section of the course. But I want you to be aware that there are other content management systems that you can use also. They work very similar to WordPress, and it's actually a very good idea to not put all your eggs in one basket. So I highly suggest that while having WordPress sites is great, and that even the majority of your network probably will be on WordPress, that you should definitely have some sites using some other content management systems. So in cPanel, you have a wide variety of choices. So for instance, Joomla is one choice that you can make. Joomla works very similar to WordPress. You'll click on this, go through the installer. It will set up a website for you that you will then configure with content. Another choice is Drupal. Okay, Drupal is also another content management system. Okay, as you go through the cPanel, you're going to find out that there are a ton of different choices that you can make. I actually like to use Moodle, which is meant to teach courses, like if you are a school or a college professor. But it's actually very simple to set up a website using Moodle, and if the theme of your site is education or academics, then this makes a great choice because that's what a lot of people that have education websites use. Another thing that you can set up is also wikis. Wikis are great. Probably most of you guys are familiar with wikis, so you probably already know what those are. But the point of all this is to tell you that as you go through, the cPanel alone is going to have a bunch of different choices for you, okay? So don't think that your only choice is WordPress. And again, I highly suggest that you mix it up a little bit, okay? But as I stated earlier, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and do WordPress. So I'm in the cPanel, and you will probably have something that looks very similar to this. And Softaculous or Fantastico is typically what it's going to say in here. So what you're looking for in here is either Softaculous or Fantastico. It may have both. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose WordPress. And I'm going to then choose Install. Okay, after you choose Install, you're going to be taken to the back-end setup. All the options in here should be fairly straightforward for you to go through. You're going to in here where it says site name, you're going to give it a nice site name, that's appropriate for the site. Site description the same way. Admin username, if you notice, I'm using my persona here. And then password, again, I'm just going to make that consistent. All right. So I'm going to go through here. At this point, I can select a theme or I can hit install, and I am going to do that in the next step. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit install. Once I do that, it is going to go ahead and set up WordPress for me with the default 2014 WordPress theme installed. Okay, so once I hit that, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then typically the site is going to be live. So after a few minutes, you should be able to go to your site. Now it's not going to look like this. It's going to have the default 2014 WordPress theme, but then we are going to start customizing. Okay, so once we go back to our site, there's a few things that we're going to do. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to choose a theme for our site. So in appearance, we're going to go to themes, and then we are going to choose Add New, and then we're going to go here to Feature Filter. All right, so all of your sites do not need to be laid out the exact same way. All right, so make sure that you vary this a little bit. But one of the things that, a couple of things that we do want to look for, I do like sticky post, because that means that I can make one post and it can stay on the home page. I do like front page posting. There's a couple of different things you can choose in here. Also the columns, typically the more simple the better. So for this one, I'm just going to choose a one column theme, and I'm going to do one that I'm going to choose sticky post. Okay, so I'm going to apply these filters, and WordPress is going to go out and look for some themes for me. Okay, so what I'm looking for, the most important thing is I need to make sure that my theme is going to allow me to have links on the home page. So as you look through the screen here, you can see some links live in some of these, like this one, for instance. If you look here, it's going to allow, you see it allows links on the front page. So this one would be a good choice for us to use, okay? A good basic one. So if I chose this one, I would click Install, all right? And then that would put it on there for me, all right? This theme is already installed here, so I'm not going to do that. But just make sure that you get a nice, simple, clean theme that allows you to have post links on the home page. Now, another option that you can choose that I highly suggest is, while using free themes is a really good part of your strategy, you probably will want to get purchase some premium themes also. So you can make some sites that have some more features and look a little bit better. There's a couple of ways you can go for that. There's Ink Themes. There's Elegant Themes. Okay, those are two different companies. Those are both companies that allow you to pay a one-time fee or an annual fee, and then you're going to have access to dozens or more of different premium themes. Okay. And the good thing about that is, one thing about WordPress is each theme kind of works a little bit differently. So if you make a subscription to something like Ink Themes or Elegant Themes, then you can learn kind of how their themes work. Okay, so again, don't make your entire blog network full of just Elegant Themes or just Ink Themes. All right, but having them as part of your strategy is good. So again, to kind of reiterate at this point, if we've got 20 sites in our network, it's a good idea that we have, a couple of, one or more, maybe Joomla sites, one or more Drupal sites, maybe a wiki site, okay, some other CMS besides WordPress, all right? 3, 4, 5 out of the 20 at least should be not WordPress. And then out of the remaining that are WordPress, make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them free themes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you can fill the rest with Ink Themes or Elegant Themes or things like that, okay? The key here, as far as not getting caught by Google, is to mix things up, all right? You don't want to leave what we call a footprint, meaning that there's an easy pattern for Google to find. So like using the same theme every time is a pattern for Google to find, okay? So that's what we're trying to avoid. So once we have a nice theme picked out, then we are going to go through and we are going to adjust some settings.